Shall I start my today's discussion? Today, what we are going to do is we are going to discuss the nature and the scope of the subject, strategic management accounting. When you look at the word strategic, what do you mean by strategic? Of course, you have discussed the management accounting. There is no problem. In the two times as management accounting and I think advanced management accounting also have been covered. Now, this subject is strategic management accounting. When you use the strategy or the strategic, the word has two dimensions. Word has two perspectives. One is when you say strategy or strategic, it's longer term, not the short term. When you say use the word strategy, it's longer term. And when you use the strategic word or the strategy, it's not narrow perspective, it's wider or the broader perspective. So thereby, when you look at the strategic management accounting, we are more focusing on a longer term, more broader, more wider way of looking at information to really get the competitive advantage or to get the strategic, position. So thereby subject is more broader, more, time or the longer period perspective. So thereby since strategic management is more broader perspective, strategic management accounting is a subject which has the multi-discipline, multi-dimension. You need the knowledge of accounting, financial accounting. You need the knowledge of management accounting. You need the knowledge about statistics. You need the knowledge about marketing. You need the knowledge about strategic management. You need the knowledge about, sociology, organizational behavior. So likewise, it's a, much more broader way of accounting for strategies. So thereby subject is not narrow, it's little bit complicated and combination of different discipline, I would say. So based on this, we will first look at the meaning of strategic management. What is SMA? Now, when you look at the literature, when you look at the conceptual way of strategic management accounting, when you review the literature, there is no one agreed way of describing, way of defining this particular discourse, this particular strategic management accounting, discipline. There is no one way. Different authors look at the strategic management accounting from different perspective. So thereby, there is no agreed, well agreed definition for strategic management account. So thereby, I took different definitions from different authors. This is Simons. He is the person who really introduced the strategic management accounting concept, this particular discourse, initially in 1981. So thereby, when you look at the strategic management accounting history, starting point goes back to 1981. The provision and analysis of management accounting data about business and its competitors, for use in developing and monitoring business strategies. So you will see here the two words: data about a business and its competitors. So you need both information as per the definition. You need both data about your organization and about your competitors. For what? For developing and monitoring strategies. For example, if you talk about the cost information, not for only for your organization, cost information about competitors, the cost structure of your organization and cost structure of competitors. When we produce a particular product at 10 rupees, what is the cost of our major competitor? Same product produced by the competitor, what would be the cost? Is it 10 or more than 10? If it is 10 or more than 10, what would be the structure? What kind of cost are there? Whether material cost, overhead cost for the analyze, marketing, distribution, etc. So thereby, cost structure. We will be discussing those type topics in the latter part of our course. So what I want to communicate, highlight here is not only the cost for you, but also competitors. You may talk about the prices, not only your prices, you have to study the competitors' prices. You may talk about the market share, not only your market share, competitors' market share. You may look at the profitability, not only you, customers. Likewise, whatever the information you are analyzing internally, you should collect those information related to your competitors. That's what the Simons 1981 highlighted. But for what? For developing and monitoring strategies. So thereby strategic management is always linked with strategy or the strategic management. Then from which you just look at, I don't have more time to discuss every definition, but okay. The provision and analysis of financial information of firms, product, markets, competitors, cost structure, and the monitoring of enterprise strategies and those of its competition and these markets and over a number of periods. Here, so he is talking about not only the data about the market, organization, and competitors, but over a period of times. That means, long-term perspective is being introduced for this definition. Still, the definition is strategic oriented. Third one, SMA is identified as a generic approach to accounting for strategic position. It's a generic approach defined by an attempt to integrate insight from management accounting, marketing management within a strategic management framework. You see here, Ross, Lend and Hart has combined three areas. Strategic management is a generic approach of accounting. Accounting for what? Strategic positioning. Strategic positioning. And it integrates insight from management accounting, the techniques, and also it combined the marketing management, marketing management, different, orientation, customer orientation story, and within the strategic management framework. So thereby his definition is really combination of three: marketing management, strategic management, and management accounting. Next one, the identification of a set of information to support strategic decision, strategic orientation and external orientation and orientation of a future. Now this Agassist et al., his team is looking at the strategic management from three angles, three perspectives. One, strategic orientation. Strategic management is strategic orientation. Second, strategic management is an external orientation. That is, focusing much more on outside rather than internal focus. Say outward looking orientation. And thirdly, future oriented. So you focus on the strategies, forward looking orientation. That is how this particular scholars have looked at the strategic management. Then SMA entails, next one, taking a strategic orientation to generate interpretation analysis of management, accounting information, competitors' activities provide the key dimension for comparisons. So again, I think similar kind of definition. Then if you look at this, SMA can broadly be defined as being use of management accounting system in supporting strategic decision making. And also the final one, the body of management accounting concerned with strategically oriented information for decision making and control. So here this definition, Ma and Tales, 2009, they have little bit, focus on controlling aspect as well. Not only the strategic orientation of information, but also the management control or the control aspect of the business. So if you look at these definitions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 definitions, I think you all agree with me. Subject strategic management accounting is more towards, more towards strategic orientation, more focus on outside, more focus on future, something like that. So all the definitions are in, I think, even though there are various way of looking at, but commonalities that, strategic orientation of the subject, like this, I guess, is mentioned. Okay, then we will come back to a little bit further discussion. So I think earlier we focused on how it was really the usage of accounting, earlier definition, the output, what we are expected from this particular discourse, what we are expected from this, this particular strategic management accounting application, the role. That from that perspective we define. But there are other ways of looking at. Some authors look at the strategic management as a process. We have two definitions. We will be discussing this one. Dixon and Smith, 1993, in detail in our second lecture. They focus as a four-step process. Strategic business unit, identification, there should be a strategic business unit. We call it SBU. In strategic management accounting, you might talk about SBUs, strategic business unit, different, divisional business. When you have a group structure, you may have the strategic business unit, different businesses handled by different experts, different CEOs under one umbrella, one group. So those are called strategic business units. Then you have to do the strategic cost analysis. Then you have the strategic market analysis and strategic evaluation. So those are the four steps according to the Smith and his team. Then the Lord 1996 as a process or cycle with 3 steps: collection of competitors' information, exploitation of cost reduction opportunities, and matching accounting emphasis with strategic position. You see, collection of competitors. So you will see now the centrality of the, if even for earlier definitions, when you look at the centrality of the strategic management accounting, one centrality concept would be, data would be the information related to the competitors, what competitors are doing, what others are doing, what is happening outside of our business, what is the nature of the market. So when you look at the market, competitors, obviously, you need to understand the customers as well. So thereby, strategic management accounting is more outward way of focus. Not only as a process, but some authors have looked at SMA as a set of practices, techniques, and tool of management accounting with strategic orientation, which support the strategic management processes. So here, these are the authors. They are looking at example I have given. 2010 example is there. Some names are very difficult to pronounce for me. Cravens and Gildin. Gildin at all 2000. You see here the Sinikini and can you see 2010. So those they are focusing strategic management as a practice, techniques, tools. So thereby they are looking at the real life situation. What is their day-to-day practices? You see, the first set of definition, of course, the role, expectation. What is the purpose of strategic management account? What is the outcome of strategic management account? That way of looking at the Simon started of looking 1981 from that perspective. But later on, some authors like Dixon and Smith and Lord, 1993 and 1996, these people look at the strategic management as a process. Now here, Lord, of course, a cycle. Cycle means, again, changing your strategies, feedback information, reformulating your strategies, reformulating your strategic position, something like that. And also some authors look at it as a practice. What are the day-to-day operations in the real life organization? So thereby case studies are much more important to understand the practices and techniques and tools. So I hope that you can understand what I want you to communicate by using these two slides. Two things. There is no agreed way of defining strategic management accounting. And it has, outward, strategic, marketing, future orientation, focus. Okay, shall we come to the next one? Then I just want to look at some background and SMA. So when you look at the background, earlier what I described by using two slides, the definition and the descriptions, what it is. The competitive advantage, competitive advantage is basically, performing better than the competitors, having more advantage in certain areas, certain capabilities are better than the competitors. That's the competitive advantage. You may have the competitive advantage based on the cost. You may have the competitive advantage based on, marketing. You may have the competitive advantage based on the quality. So you may have the brand name, name. So likewise, competitive advantage. For example, when you say Sri Lanka, what is the competitive advantage? What is the brand name for Sri Lanka? For Sri Lanka, the competitive or the brand name is corrupted, inefficient, debt crisis, highly bureaucratic oriented, country. That's the brand name. That's the mindset of the outsiders. So likewise, any organization should have a competitive advantage. So competitive advantage should link with your, growth and sustainability. Otherwise, it's a negative competitive advantage. You may perform in a badly, or you may perform in a nice way. Here, the competitive advantage is your ability to compete in certain areas, not others are having. Okay, so thereby it always should contribute to get the best or the ability to compete, sustain. Then you may have competitive advantage which are very easily copied by others. So that is then not the sustain. So always your competitive advantage should be difficult to copy others. It should at least have 5-6 years survival or lifetime. But when there are drastical dynamic, I would say drastical changes in the environment. For example, classic example is COVID-19. So COVID-19 really inform us to change our competitive advantage. For example, all the business organizations, those are really involved with less IT, encouraged to go for more IT. The radical change, certain organizations should have a radical change. So thereby, with the change in environment, there is a requirement for you to reinvent or innovate new competitive advantages. That is true, but in general, competitive advantage should have a sustainability. Otherwise, but I understood due to uncontrollable variables, uncontrollable environmental factors, your present competitive advantage may really outdated. So thereby you have to reinvent. So for example, when you look at the education, so we have to think about reinventing the education system. Traditional way of conducting, traditional way of doing learning, traditional way of studying, I think outdated. Reinventing, not as a country. Even the employees existing labor force, we need to reinvent their skills under the new circumstances, under new normal. Likewise, I think you understand what I'm telling. Compared to advantage, you should have, it has to be sustained, but due to uncontrollable major changes, that may really outdated your competitive advantage. Management accountant. What is the role of management accounting? Introspective view of the business is required, meaning that management accountants should work across different sections, functions of the organization. So management accountant cannot be just locate his, be with his room. He can't be with his staff. He has to interact with marketing people, HR people, what do you call this, production people, engineers. So thereby, accountants, not in addition to these technical skills, they need to have other soft social skills, and those management accountant should have a joint product, not try really we are the accountant, we are the people who are looking at the figures, not like that. So always joint ventures, the cooperation, collaboration, that kind of role is required for management accountant based on above definition and the background. Then the strategist, outward looking and preoccupied with the competitive positions. Always you have to have strategist orientation, competitive advantage, be a first, get the more market share, etc. Then how management accountant helps. So there are two ways how management accountant helps. They have to be analytical in the sense not only the internal matters are not enough, outside analytical, broader way of looking at the business organization. Helicopter view is required. To have the helicopter view, they should have the knowledge about the industry, knowledge about the market, what is happening, the data, big data, all these, skills are required, and decision making and the financial skills. So they should have the decision making, skills, and also financial skills. For example, I think there are three papers for this. If you read that, so those matters are related to in these papers. Okay, then I just want to when you look at this, remember this strategic management accounting is not a new concept. Now 40 years history, because it started in 1981. Up to that 1981, we had traditional management. We call it traditional management accounting. For example, the budgeting, the traditional way of incremental budgeting, standard costing, traditional way of allocating overheads, BEP techniques. All these matters are we call traditional management accounting. So we will just compare all these traditional management accounting later on, but just for the moment, before that, you need to understand that in 1980s, in the world, there are a lot of changes taken place in the business, especially. New way of looking at the business management really arose. For example, Michael Porter, 1980, he introduced different way of looking at the business, the management. So thereby those changes, those way of looking at business had a big impact on traditional management accounting. So thereby scholars did research and challenge the existing management accounting techniques. So thereby relevance of information, these people questions the relevance of traditional budgeting, relevance of standard costing, relevance of traditional way of allocating overheads. Johnson and Kaplan 1987, Kaplan 1984, and Ross Lender 1995 and 1996. They raised the question about the relevance. Are those information provided by the traditional way of looking at management accounting or the so-called traditional management account techniques enough or sufficient to understand the strategic way of businesses? So will it facilitate strategic position? Traditional management accounting, will it facilitate, strategic orientation, competitive advantage? So those people raise the question. Examples are given in this example. There are many articles, relevance information. Then cost accounting system has been too geared toward the needs of financial reporting and neglected need for strategic information. Our financial accounting and cost accounting, we had a very close relationship. We use the existing financial accounting or accounting information system just to get the management accounting information, which is much more internal focus. So that has been heavily criticized by these authors. So thereby, due to these matters failing to provide relevant strategic information due to tardiness, aggregations means all are in one basket. No further analysis. Activity-based costing is a classic example for disaggregation. Traditional way of allocating overhead is a classic example for aggregation. So thereby, problems and inaccurate product cost, because in a competitive environment, you should know your exact cost. So thereby, what happened was adopting a short-term perspective based upon the results of monthly operating statements. Your information was much more short-term oriented rather than long-term oriented. So thereby, due to these reasons, due to weaknesses of this traditional management accounting, scholars required to find out, to introduce a new way of doing management accounting practices. So that was labeled as strategic management account. So thereby, what are the weaknesses of traditional management accounting? Relevance information questionable, cost accounting system being geared with the financial accounting, failing to provide strategic orientation information. So this was addressed by the weaknesses of this traditional management accounting was being addressed by different scholars and different consultants in different ways. Now, Kaplan is a consultant. He is not a pure academic. Okay. I just want to I have identified 10 key differences between MA and MA means the management accounting, that is traditional strategic management accounting. Okay. Historical, single entity, introspective, manufacturing focus, existing activities, reactive program, data orientation based on existing system and built on convention. But on the other hand, prospective, relative, outward looking, competitive focus, possibilities, proactive, unprogrammed, information oriented, unconstrained by existing systems, and ignores conventions. Ignores conventions. Sampradaya Bidino. The creativity is there. You are not accepting the tradition. You are looking at new ways of information generation. So you don't accept what you did yesterday. You challenge it. You find that's why this benchmarking, just in time, new management techniques arose just because of this way of looking at, challenging the tradition. Is it clear? Okay. Then I thought of giving discussion one question. Just look at these figures. I hope that you know the concept of target costing. You know the concept of target costing. Just try to work out for this question mark. That box එකට දානද මේක උත්තරේ බලන්න හදලා. You don't need this information. මේ යට තියෙනව වැඩක් නැහැ. What is important is 800 question mark 700. That's all. With the information description. Others are මුකුත් වල නැහැ. What is the answer? But you have to take this course a little bit seriously. at the end of once the results issue, don't come and tell us that I have B plus, I need A1, 10 mark, 1 marks is not, I need another little bit marks. I don't care those things. Huh? This course is very much, tough. You have to take it seriously. You have to read, you have to do work, you have to know. So that is the first. But I'm so serious about the subject. Okay, target costing. Target cost is 560. Good. What is the profit margin then? I hope that තුන්වරක් හතර 240යි නේ. තුන්වරකට 240 24යි 240. Good. So that's the answer, I think, very clearly. Thank you very much. So now you see target selling price of the product. How do you get the target selling price? To get the target selling price, you can't just by focus internal. You have to go outside. And you have to do a market survey. You have to talk to the customers. You have to study the competitors' price. But understanding the competitors' price may be easy, but understanding customers, their willingness, their perceived value, what they expect from the product is not easy. So thereby, you need to do a lot of information, market-based information, to start with target selling price. Okay, once you decide the price, you may assume that, okay, for the business, a reasonable return, we need a profit after tax, 30% or whatever. You may have a markup. Okay, markup is 240. From 800 rupees, you have to get the markup 240. So thereby target cost would be 560. That is the important point. So what these lessons communicate to us? Inside your factory, you have to produce this product anyhow around 560. Around 560. Otherwise, you are not getting the competitive advantage. Otherwise, you can't compete. So thereby, when you have the target cost, you may have internally different processes, different way of working, different systems. But whatever the systems, if you want to compete with this product, if you want to sustain, if you want to enter into this product, or if you want to continue the business, what is important is you have to end up with 560. Just look at the analysis projected cost before. Here, this column. This is the cost structure before introducing the strategic management accounting. You see, what is the situation? Now you see the situation. Just look at the situation. I hope that you all can see the data. Right? What is the situation? We have not aggregate in certain way. The cost has been, analyzed into different segments, into different components, not aggregate. Total manufacturing cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 items. Better to have more numbers. Better to have more analysis. Even instead of 7, if you can divide study the allocate or the collect or identify manufacturing cost into 20 items, better. More the merrier. More the merrier. So thereby, non-manufacturing, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4. As per the example, there are 4. But again, you can better to identify more number of things. Then you can think about how we can reduce the manufacturing cost, how we can reduce the direct labor cost, how we can reduce the direct material. Likewise, each cost item, whatever the based on activity or based on function, how we can reduce the cost would be discussion. That is the life, maybe it's strategic cost. That's called strategic cost. By adopting, by identifying non-value adding activities, by identifying non-valued attributes of a product, identifying non-valued attributes of a product. Okay, now you see that each, if you take a smartphone, camera is there. So camera is a value adding product. You got my point? Smartphones really has so many attributes. So each attribute has a cost. What if we reduce the cost of the camera, the technology in the phone, you can reduce the cost. Likewise, always unnecessary attributes, unnecessary elements should be eliminated, should be removed so as to focus on target costing. So thereby, you may end up, these are hypothetical data, you may end up with 325. So likewise, at the end, what has happened is you work out your strategic cost management, facilitate for you to reduce 700 total costs to reduce up to 555, which is around 560. So you can't just do this by just focusing on internal. You have to look at outside as well. So for example, with regard to if you want to reduce the manufacturing cost, you have to go and study what others are doing, how others are manufacturing, how others are using labor, how others are using the technology, what is the production flow, and how they ensure the quality, how they receive the order, how they dispatch, how they deliver, how they transfer. Are there any different ways of doing this? Are there any different ways of doing rather than doing the business in a traditional way? So thereby, what I want to communicate to you is that when you look at the strategic costing or the strategic management way, strategic way of accounting, I think a lot of creativity rather than just focusing on box. You need to go out of box. No rules, no conventions. So thereby that is required. So I hope you understood what I am telling. Okay, then I think again I have put this definition. I am mistaken. So I think same slides. I think I have to remove it now. Yes. Then what I want to highlight here is same thing. There's a purpose. Now you define the what do you call strategic management different way. Even though you define the strategic management in different way, you can categorize these practices into different segments. Suppose you have so many techniques. For example, I think here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 20, 21 techniques I have given. But what I am trying to tell you is that these 20 techniques can be categorized into different segments or grouping. SMA practices grouping is that you can talk about the costing, cost management, strategic costing. You can talk about planning, control, performance, measurements. These are areas. You can talk about identification, measurement, and management of intellectual capital resources. But here we are not touching the intellectual capitals because we hope that this will be covered in some other areas under sustainability accounting and different electives. Intellectual capitals, strategic decision making, strategic investment analysis, competitor accounting, customer accounting. Those are kind of I would say discipline, sub-discipline. So you may heard about a different subject called strategic costing. You may have a different subject called management control, even though we are not teaching such a subject. You may talk about intellectual capital as a different subject. You may call a subject called strategic decision making. You may have a subject strategic investment analysis. You may have a separate called competitor subject called competitor accounting. You may have a separate subject customer accounting. Likewise, these are different sub-disciplines which are coming under strategic management accounting based on the techniques what we discussed, right? Okay, then finally, what we have is we have SMA practices and scope, just to understand, just to convince you. Different practices or scope. I have selected 21 and I have for each one, I have given a respective relevant one article as one scholar as example. There are plenty, but I have given one. When you say life cycle costing, it's about, you know, costing a product over a project. That was introduced by the Michael Porter in 1985. And quality costing, Dale and Plunkett 2017, there's a separate article for this. Target costing, again, Porter's concept. Value chain costing, Porter's. You see that how Porter has influence on management accounting. How Porter has influenced management accounting, even though Porter is not a management accountant or the accounting perspective. Then the benchmarking. You will be discussing this value chain story in our sessions, but target costing is you have covered already. Life cycle costing, all these are covered by advanced management accounting. Benchmarking, even I think you have covered. Brand valuation, of course, we don't have a separate session on this. Though this will be covered and a little bit marketing. Attribute costing, again. Intangible asset monitor is another kind of strategic management accounting practice. Nowadays, you know, intangible assets are much more important. For classic example is Google, Uber, intangible assets. Just they have the internet facility and the network and connection, the customer base. Strategic costing. The Cooper is a very, very popular scholar, Cooper, 1996. Strategic pricing. Brand management accounting, another kind of things. Brand management accounting, strategic investment analysis, competitor cost assessment, competitor performance appraisal, competitive positioning monitoring, customer profitability analysis. Of course, we will be covering this, and these competitor assessments and the competitive positioning also we are covering. Lifetime customer profitability analysis, performance prism, different kind of model performance. Balance scorecard would be one example. I think here I have not listed. Yeah, balance scorecard. Value customer as assets. Here balance scorecard. Integrated performance measurements. That's what that is linked with the Kaplan story. Integrated performance, balance scorecard. So all these are SMA practices. You see, But I don't think that in our course, 45 hours, we have all the times to discuss all these concepts. I know that some of the concepts, some of the practices have been covered under our advanced management accounting. We will be covering few aspects, selected items in our strategic management accounting courses from, I think, third or fourth lecture onwards. Okay, so finally, the summary. What is strategic management accounting? So I took the quote, I quote from Russ Lend and Hart 2003. Just read it and see what it is. I think I put this earlier also, but just to highlight, the emphasize this definition. I like this definition. SMA is identified as a generic approach, to accounting for strategic position, defined by an attempt to integrate insights from management accounting, marketing management. So you are trying to account for strategic positioning. Strategic positioning means the core value that you are going to create in the customer's mind, the nature of the product, strategic positioning. You have to position your product. You have to position your brand. You have to position your trademark in the mind of the customer. So we are accounting for that by using what? By using insights from management accounting. Insights from management accounting with the collaboration of marketing management with a strategic framework. You see? So thereby, what I want to communicate to you is that the nature and scope. Nature is multidisciplinary. Scope is unlimited. There is no limit. There is no box for strategic management accounting. Scope is unlimited. So as I told you, nature is always, a multidiscipline. With multidisciplines, you may find out, you may create, you may develop new management accounting techniques so as to cater for your strategic position and a strategic orientation and to get the competitive advantage. That is strategic management. So thereby this subject is continuously, iteratively evolving, changing. SMA is a dynamic subject. So thereby for academics, the scholars, the world, academic community encourage those who study accounting to do more strategic management or the management accounting practice-based research, case-based research, rather than focusing on narrow-based quantitative hypothetical research. So that is the nature of the subject. So there are new practices emerging in different industries, in different contexts, in different organizational, institutional setting. Different institutions, different institutional work settings, different projects, different events, different situations may use different management accounting techniques which are not explored. We don't know. It is there in the practice. That's why we encourage always for you all to have a look on a particular change in a particular organization and look at that change from the accounting perspective. When you look at the change from accounting perspective, there is a possibility for you to understand find out a new way of doing management accounting. That is strategic management accounting. So I think with this, today's session is, the lecture is over. Again, I just want to go back to the assignment. Again, I just want to highlight the assignment. I think introduction part is this. I have a, I just want to, share with you the assignment again with you. A separate document I have. Shall we see? Course outline, strategic management. Yeah, group assignment in details. So this is the. I hope that yeah, I will share it. Okay, this is the again. So as I told you at the beginning, you will get 40 marks for the assignment. 40 marks. And what we do is we have assigned, we have selected 10 articles. You have to select one out of these 10 articles. And your group should consist of 5 members, not more than 5. And you have to study the article, you have to read the article, discuss the article, and interpret. And you have to make a 1-page summary based on that article, whatever the number of pages these articles are having. Certain articles may have 20 pages. You have to read it and really summarize by your own words, own sentences, own interpretation, own way of reading, not just copying. You may develop a diagram, just to indicate your idea. We accept that because we know that diagram is worth more than 10,000 words. So thereby you has a possibility of developing a diagram. That is your creativity. In your presentation, that's about the this thing. I think how to find out articles is the question. How do you do? How do you do? Whatever the article, you can get it, don't worry. The method is this. So you should know, suppose this, shall I take this one? This article. If you take this article, you just go to the Google Scholar. You can open a tab, Google Scholar. Can you see this? Yes. You paste your article or whatever the headings. Make a poddatuna, then search. So you get the article. You see there are 131 citation of this article. See in 2016. There are 9 versions. If you want to cite, this is the way you cite. This is the APA model. Harvard, likewise, everything is given. Article. But luckily, this article is available. PDF is available. But if the article is not available, like PDF, what you can do is you just go to the, click this. Then you will go to the particular journal, but you can't, of course, download textbooks or the books this way. Then there is a DOI, the identity number. of the article. What you have to do is just copy this. So you copy. What you have to do? What you did? You just go to the Google Scholar and type your area, type your topic or title, authors, whatever you have. Once you enter, you will get list of. Now since I entered everything, I got one because the system Google Scholar was really able to find out exactly article what I am telling. If you didn't exactly mention your article, you couldn't see it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll show it. And I think I have not shared. Right now, I hope you can see. Okay, sorry. Huh? What you have to do is, I shall I tell it again. This is the way. Suppose you have this article, you just want to get this article, right? Here I have the full details of article. Don't worry for some other purpose if you don't have the full detail, but luckily we have given you the full details. Just copy this. I hope that now you can see my slides, my screen. Then go to the Google Scholar. I think you are familiar with this. Then just paste your this thing. Then you find the article. Can you see now? I hope that you all can see the. Yes, good. If that is the case, I think here this article author has really, make it published. He has done. So thereby, don't worry, just press in this PDF file, you will get the article. But suppose if the article is not available, then what you have to do is you just press this. Then you will go to the original journal where the article is located and you have the identification number. Just get it copied. Copy karaganne. Then you go to another this thing. You type what do you call Science Hub. Science Hub. Here you type Science Hub or whatever the SCI Hub or Science Hub. You get the thing. Science Hub. So then you get the Science Hub. Right? You get this page. Then you type your URL here. Whatever the article, you will open it. You will get the article. That's how you get whatever the article. Is it clear? How to get the article? I'm not going to upload the 10 article. You have to upload. You have to get it. Sorry, you have to get it and just look at the article. I'm not going to upload any articles because I have told you how to get those articles. Could you please upload the financial statement analysis lecture report into? So financial statement analysis, I don't know. You just contact the respective lecturer. I'm sorry. Then what I want to communicate to you is that you have to tell the story. Otherwise, this particular facility found this particular science hub was developed by a particular lady, Russian lady. When she studied, when she did her PhD, she faced one problem. She couldn't get the article. She had to pay for the articles. Thereby, her research project for the PhD was how to get those articles. She developed this system. That is the product. Now we are using it. So final product of her PhD is this. So thank to her. we are really downloading whatever the article without making any payment. What is required? What is required is this DOI. Each every the well accepted journal or the what do you call refereed journal articles will have a DOI which is similar to the identity card number. By using that you can get the card. Is it clear? Okay, right. Then again, coming back to our assignment story, I think you are clear about the thing is that, as I told you, one group, one article can select only 5 groups. 5 groups වලට එක article එකයි අපි දෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ article එකක් පස් පතාවයි present වෙන්නේ, ඊට වඩා present වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Right? So what you have to do is we have 5 member groups. 5 members. මෙතන මම ආයි type කරනවා මේක missing නිසා 5 members modification කරනකොට මේක miss වුණා. 5 members. They have to do පළවෙනිදා ඉඳන් පළවෙනිදා කියන්නේ I think next Monday onwards, Monday ඉඳන් up to 8 November, you can submit your group members list to this email. So after it, whatever the submissions group, I don't accept. Don't come and ask me that, sir, shall I give you this and that and that? No. Very sorry, 0 marks. Okay. So what you have to do? Names, telephone numbers, email addresses, and CPM numbers. The leader's name should be the first. So after it, I will be really discuss with you the registration and I will announce these are the groups. These are the name of the groups. Likewise, I will make the list will be available. Once the list available, finalized, group members, group teams finalized, what I will do is I will open the registration for article 20th to 25th. First comes save basis. Suppose team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4, team 5 select the first article. Then that is over. Same article cannot be selected by the group number 6. So thereby, early registration for article is better. Early registration is better. I will announce what the mechanism is for registration. But remember that registration start for the article from 20th to 25th. Then I will announce 26th November. I will announce in the 26th November. I will announce 26th November the group and the respective article. Okay, they have to get ready. The 9th week of the semester, 9th week of the semester, 9th week කියන්නේ මම හිතන්නේ එන්නේ කවදද 9th week එන්නේ? Can you see the 9th week? What is the 9th week? 9th week is really managing corporate value, that is 24th December 2021. 20, it has to be 22, 21. December 9th is the 9th week starting. So we are starting the presentation on that week. Schedule will be announced closer to the 9th week. Are you clear? Okay. Then, so what I am interested in presentation has really the 2 aspects. You have to produce a one summarized article, summary of the article, that is 1-page document. I have given what is being expected from you. Then the presentation. So slides, maximum slides, I think 6, yes, 6 slides are given. Each member has to demonstrate how he contributed to his make it a successful teamwork. So you may include approach reading. What is the mechanism? What method you adopt to study this article as a team? You can describe in your site, in your presentation. And you have to have your supporting workings. Reading is not just reading like a newspaper. When you read an article, there is a working. You have to write, summarize, rewrite, have meeting, discuss, working like a auditing working, like your working paper for a client. You should have a workings. So you should be ready to produce those workings, and you should summarize your working in your slide presentation. Workings is essential. How you did it, what documents you developed. Documentation is important when you do whatever the task. Without document, now when we teach the subjects, we have the course outline, we have the group assignment guideline, we are producing the lecture notes. Those are documentation. So thereby working is essential. I think you are no need of teaching you the working, since you are in the final year. You have 2 years experience almost in doing auditing the working papers, and your job is, your life is with working paper files or whatever, maybe in electronic, maybe in physical, whatever. So no need of explaining what is documentation and what is your workings. And you are analyzing, understanding, reflection about the articles. So you may talk about what is there, you agree or disagree, what any other methods that would have been done by the authors, not that way. You recommend, why not they have investigated this matter, not this matter? Why not ask this question, something like that? And also your conclusion. So therefore, what I'm telling you is that 40 marks is much more, tough. So thereby, from today onwards, you just download these 10 articles and look at that and be ready for registration, and you all have your group members, have your teams. So if you are not ready, very difficult. So your marks will be, as not, we will be giving you the 0 marks. So always I have given 40 marks to you. The way you work, if you are not delivering what we expect, given guidelines, we will reduce the mark. That's the only thing. Okay. There are 2 things for you to do. Group members should send your list to the given email address. Then once the group finalize, registration will start for the articles. So once the registration close, I will announce the successful candidates for respective articles. Then 9th week we will start the presentation. Is it clear? Okay. So with this, I think so it's time for us to conclude, wind up. Thank you very much. I hope that now there were only 101 student. The participation is not sufficient. I don't know the reason. I started 6:15, but I am not uploading this lecture if I am satisfied with the participation. Okay. If I started 5:30, yes, no. I started 6:15. Of course, lecture was start 6:30. So don't expect me to upload this presentation if you are not if you are not really participating in the lecture. Thank you very much.